Good morning. Sorry for all the busyness here. Um, I've tried to edit information about the stream through the Twitch studio, and it used to be kind of a 50-50 that I'd get an error, and now it's just every single time I try to edit the stream information, it gives me an error. I may need to just, I don't know, uninstall and reinstall the Twitch studio or something, but it's definitely not being helpful at the moment. So I go over to the dashboard online and edit the stream information there. So it's like I start and then update everything. So right now we have 0 frame drops. Everything seems like it's working pretty well. I'm going to make sure that I've got nothing else running. And today we get to play the Inner World. Kind of as expected. The thing that was holding up progress in the game yesterday is something that's super obscure and niche and weird, and there's no reason anybody should have had to think that was necessary. When I do it, assuming it works, because I looked up a guide and I can't be 100% positive, but assuming it works, it'll be very clear about what I mean, that it's not really what you would think of while playing the game. It's like a non-puzzle puzzle thing. So I'm going to hit play here and mute myself, and we'll go into the Inner World. Okay, so we are going to continue Requiem Phosphos into the bar.
Hello again.
Sweetie, I knew you'd come back. How can Ottilie help you?
Miss Barmaid, why are you staring at the monk?
Why indeed?
Listen, honey, I knew Conroy personally. I knew the second wind monk, Pander, personally. This is my last chance for the hat trick, so don't bother me now.
Do you know anything about the machine at the Wind Fountain Square?
Yes, I know of it. I stay away from it, and it stays away from me.
Why?
How can I explain this to you? Listen, sweetie, at a certain point, you start to turn a blind eye to things.
What do you mean?
I mean, I did things that you never could imagine, not even in your wildest dreams.
Okay, so here is the thing that we had to be able to do. Notice there's a single character here who has two conversation topics. The monk is literally a joke conversation line. However, the other one about the machine is not a joke conversation.
Oh, you bet. I used to do things. Bad things.
How bad?
Talking about it alone would be reason enough to turn me into stone.
That bad?
Well, I found them rather amusing. But the Bazillions have a different take on the matter.
Do I want to know?
Believe me, you want to.
And are we going to fade out and fade back, or no?
I can't imagine something that bad.
Oh, no?
And all of this
Well,
could
then
just
let
be
me
a
help
fun
you out.
idea for comedy. Yet here, it's important to get it done.
And to me, and then we took off. But his wife found out about it. Oh my God, you wouldn't have believed. And then he said, that dog, that bastard. But his cousin didn't have a clue. And then she came over. And then they were. The dogs.
I can hear the literal pishu shu shu shu.
And that's how I became the head of the book club.
Oh my God.
I love the way his eyes are really not any wider than normal. Like, that's like his normal kind of vacant expression.
What was your last sin?
Oh, funny you're asking about it.
So in order to get the last of the needles, we basically have to cause the sin machine to blow up. And it will blow up on hearing her worst sin. But her worst sin is hidden in this conversation tree, which seems like it's just casual nonsense. And if you don't really like her as a character, you're probably not going to spend the time to talk to her.
Oh, yes. It was one of the
At least
best
no more than
things I've
you would
ever
expect to.
done.
Is it a sin if I like a girl although she's a wanted criminal?
Oh, no. Most men love danger. It is sin if you climb on. But I think she would even like it.
I think I want to go back to the monastery. I would prefer to talk about something else.
And this
How
is
come you
still lit
haven't
up
been
even
turned
though
into
it's
stone yet?
all done.
Oh, you know, when I was a young girl, I used to know Conroy personally. Well, I think I could convince him to put in a good word for me with the Bazillions.
How did you do that?
I can't tell you.
Huh?
Yes, I even had to sign some paper.
I
Are we
would
finally
prefer
grayed
to
out?
talk about
Yes.
Bye.
Take care, sweetie.
Okay, so now everything that she can talk about has been talked about.
Is it true what they say about you guys?
Oh, come on, get out of there.
They say that you've never had a one.
That's true.
So now it's closed because we got the last thing we need from there. Not everything is going to do that, I assume, but it's very helpful in a game when it does. But this does imply, at least, that we're supposed to talk to everyone about every single angle of whatever they might want to talk about, because otherwise we won't be able to complete something. And this is part of the classic point-and-click adventure issue, is that since there's generally only one way to ever progress the story, you have to have everything you have to do. So she could have said, for example, in one of her stories, that she once broke a door with nothing but her lips or whatever in some kind of a story. And then young Robert over here opened the door and tried to do that, and the door actually just creaks open. And he can't do it on any other door in the game, just that one. So if you looked at the door before talking to her and didn't have that option, then you talk to her and now there's a new option, but you've already looked at the door, you might not look again. And because that's the only way to progress the story is through this really weird kind of obscure thing, then there's no way to continue. You're just stumped. And way back when, you wouldn't have anything unless you had a hint book or a guidebook to be able to find out what an answer to something would be. So, when we come up here, I would like to point out, we don't see a knitting needle on this screen. There's nothing that looks like a knitting needle. Like if we needed an antenna, you might see the thing above the guard tower and call that an antenna. You might think the pipe running on the cobblestone wall is an antenna. There's lots of little things you might be able to do with that.
Tell me your sin.
And now we can tell her sin,
Well,
which is much bigger than anything he would come up with.
Realize the weight. Wait a minute. You did what?
I had the same look on my face when Ottilie told me her sins.
Now, can we pick up a mint? We can.
You can never have this too fresh. What should I do with all these mints?
Oh, you notice that needle is nothing like the same size as the stone walking stick.
Here,
But ideally,
can
this
you
now
use
wraps
this
us
as a
up.
knitting needle?
Well, I will be able to use it. May I ask where you got it from?
From the Sinomat.
Interesting. How did you come up with that?
Oh, there was this lady behind the bar.
Ah, you're talking about Ottilie? She's a babe.
I'm afraid you've been imprisoned for far too long.
Now I have everything.
How do I come with that? I went online and I looked up a guide. Wow.
There you go. A onesie made from straw bear yarn.
That was,
Great. Thank you so much. The baby will be...
Even the tiny thing kicking around in it. Could you get me a baby?
What? Why?
I'm so lonely here. How about a dog?
No, I sure won't.
A potted plant?
There are dogs?
I'll go now. Why should I do that?
Okay. I thought we were being nice, giving somebody a breath mint. A wild Kangaskhan appears. Which is definitely some kind of like fighting kangaroo. I just don't remember what it looks like. So, here we are. Can we give the onesie to the baby directly?
That won't work.
We cannot. Let's give the onesie to the lady then.
Here, I did it. A onesie made from real strawberry yarn. Little Conroy will stay warm from now on.
My goodness, that was a joke. You really knitted a onesie made from strawberry yarn? I can't believe it. If I would have said gold, would you have gotten gold for me? Damn, I should have said gold.
But the baby insisted on it.
It's a baby. It can't.
It's true.
Where can I find Laura?
The Mikado is down the street. Try it there.
Try? I thought you knew for sure where I...
Hey, how could I know that you would really bring me strawberry yarn? She'd be there. You better get looking before she leaves again.
If only I had thought to walk down a different
At
street
the
that I
Mikado.
tried to walk down.
I should have said the baby needs a house. I should have said house.
Ooh, what is
Wow,
this?
how nice. This is the art place, and... Oh, I think the play's starting.
This is little Phineas. Together with his parents, he was living in modest and happy life. Every day they went to a wind fountain in order to appease the gods with a small offering. But one day, Phineas's parents decided that they couldn't spare the offerings anymore. The wind gods didn't appreciate that at all. Well, little Phineas, obviously seeing you grow up, wasn't that important to your parents. In order for Phineas to avoid meeting the same fate as his parents, he has to listen to Conroy. The wisest of the Asposians has plenty of sound advice on how to stay on the wind god's good side. Praying every day helps. The Basilians like it when their people are living a modest life, void of demands. And don't forget the small offering. Do what Phineas does. Live the way that pleases the gods. And when in doubt, ask yourself, what would Conroy do?
Wow, that was exciting. Wait a minute. There are feathers on the stage.
Come on, game. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, game. What? I don't want that. I'll continue. What is happening here? I'm so confused. What has happened?
Feathers.
That
This
is
can
weird.
only mean either the pigeon thief is here somewhere, or someone is wearing a pigeon feather boa and tripped. Probably over these cracks in the ground.
Okay, so the only things that seem to be able to be interacted with are this, which I guess is the stage.
All the world's a stage. Suddenly, I have a desire to play my nose flute, dance and sing along. Feathers. Very misty. Puzzling. They're probably from that thieving pigeon. I already have a feather. The cracks on the floor look like a door.
Let's use the
Can't get
door.
the trap door open.
Okay.
All the world's a stage.
I really want to know what this thing is. It seems to be stuck in the stage.
I don't think that will work. Well, I could, but I won't.
This is the like standard process of
That
elimination.
won't work.
When there's nothing that you can see that makes any sense, just start
Well,
using
I
every
could,
item you have on
but I
everything that you
won't.
can use, everything you can interact with.
That could be fun. Won't help, though. Well, I could, but I won't. That's just a random guess, isn't
It
it?
is. Almost like I'm going through my inventory in order.
Why should I do that? That's just a random guess, isn't it? I can't do that. Why should I do that? I don't think that will work.
And trapdoor.
That won't work.
Okay, so we've tried everything there. We're going back to what looked like it might be a control panel. And hopefully something will work. Okay, so let's see. Loge guests. Down there, there's seats. There's the control panel. There's a panel under it and the book above it. And out among the houses.
All the world's a stage. The balconies look pretty beaten up.
I guess the balconies are the loges.
A balcony? Only the most influential Asposians are allowed to sit up there. Seems like a homeless person is living there now. Somehow that's a scary picture. There's a door in the control desk. The compartment is empty.
But there's a drawing. 6 is sunrise, 4 is a figure, 7 is the monk, 4.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I wonder what that means.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be able to select that and we should just be able to go back. So 6, 4, 7, 4. And pictures. And we look at the book. So basically, I was up more than half the night. My daughter was home today because she was far too tired to get up.
Ah, it tells the play's plot.
So I think I was awake at 1, 3, 4, and 5. And then up at 5:30 to sort of start the day. Okay, so 4, 7. I wonder if those notations are actually incorrect then. So yeah, not only is she tired today now, but I am extra tired, and I've already taken my medication, so I'm kind of like doubly yawning and stuff. I apologize if that's something you hear. Which I'm yawning as I say I apologize for that. through the drawing again. Okay, so I don't know what's sunrise. That is definitely not the Wind Monk. 7 is the Wind Monk. 4 is a monster, but I thought we saw it appear on 3, not on 4. He definitely appeared on more than 7. So yeah, I don't know what that's referencing then. So let's see what the control panel looks like. Oh, Python, good morning. Yeah, I've got some soda, and I did some cooking this morning. Just like croissants in a tube, and I added some leftover birria and beans and rice to the center, and baked it, and then added a bit of mozzarella over the top. So it's a yummy breakfast thing, but it's also
A control panel.
well, it's food. It's not necessarily to keep me awake very well. It's certainly not going to stop me yawning, unfortunately. I also need to come up with a good sound alert for you, Python. I've been trying to come up with one for everybody. Yeah, I did that the day after Thanksgiving. I made like Thanksgiving sandwiches with cranberry sauce and, potato and all that kind of stuff. Set scenery with lever, change the set of sceneries with the wheel. Okay, so I can't interact with them yet. How about now? So there's the sunrise, there's him. The monster, and then everybody. So I'm guessing that if we do all of these, either at some point the trapdoor opens, or I guess either at some point the trapdoor opens, or something else happens for us doing the entire thing.
Suddenly, I have a desire to play my nose flute, dance and sing along.
That is really weird that thing's just swinging over there. And it's acting as though we're on stage, even though we're not on stage. A wild pharaoh seed. Pharaoh would refer to, I think, iron, or at least magnetic. So pharaoh seed sounds like some kind of a small robot, though I don't know for sure. Yeah, I would do that too. I don't have a lot of room for freezer. What is going on here? Oh, it's... Okay, so it's back to this again. But I don't want that. I want to look at the... This game seems so buggy sometimes. It's like right now we're simultaneously in the gameplay, but we also have this like stage thing. Come on. Yeah, if I hold down the button, I can't interact with anything. This is so weird. I'm thinking I need to save this game a lot more often than I've been. Because one of these days, and possibly right now, I'm going to have this just completely unable to do anything. It's really hard to get excited about a game that's buggy. I assume you can kind of hear me clicking even. Come on. I'm gonna try to quit and restart here. How to play. It seems really silly. Now, hopefully that's some kind of an invalid play state, and it will not automatically start us in that, but will instead start us in that general location with what we've accomplished so far. Okay, so we have our icons and locations and cursors back and everything. So let's look at the drawing, which is what I was trying to do when it put us in the cursor. So this is a background. 6 is a background. 4, I think, is a stage direction. 7 is another, or I guess I should call it like blocking. 7 is like, I think that's an actor, so I guess that would be blocking also. And then 4 over here would be another like effect. 6, 4, 7, 4. And let's see if we can maybe go one page at a time. Okay, so I guess it remembers what page we were on. Wait a minute. I thought this was an actor, but it's connected to a board at the bottom. I guess that means maybe it's all automated and there are no actual actors. It's just like an animatronic thing. Okay, so we start with those two and a kid. There's the truck and the monster. Okay, so let's see if we can set that up. I like turkey quite a bit, actually. Yeah, I think I probably prefer beef a little bit more, but price-wise, turkey's always cheaper, so I get more turkey. Okay, what happens if we go to 0? And we're looking for people, I think. No, that's the end. So I think that's the beginning right there. It's position 2. And that's the next one, is it goes 2 and then 3. Why did the controls just disappear? Does that just happen every time?
The cracks on the floor look like a door.
Yeah, and you're not on the stage, so what's just happened
Get
again?
trap door open.
You're not even on the stage. It's so confusing that the controls for this vanish. It genuinely feels like a bug. And somebody said, well, we could take time to fix it, but, you know, you can kind of work through it. Which is not how you deal with something like this. Okay, so that's still going on down on the stage. And can we put this back to 0? We can't. So I have to again attempt to save the game. Closing does not work. So now I'm going to back to main and restart our game again. What just happened? I didn't click anything. What just happened? Inner World, why are you so janky?
Against all likelihood.
No. You're not trying to start a new game. Sigh. I'm trying to be chill and have a nice little story, but it's like the game is antagonizing. Like accidentally trolling. Okay, we have the controls again. I'm going to reset it back down here. Now, can we get out? So, a part of me wants to just redo the whole play, and another part of me says, what if this is some kind of weird, the drawing is the code to open the trapdoor somehow? So, Sun, Guy, Monk, Monster, 6474. And hopefully we don't have any problem with that. 6474. Sun, Guy, Monk, Monster. Okay, let's go back to the control panel. Six, 4, 7, 4. Loading screens. Okay, so here's the sun, which we can't do a 6 on. There's the monk and the monster. So, 6. Where's 7? Okay, maybe that's 6. 4. And we want people. Then 7, and we want the monk. And then 4, we want the monster. Okay, let's try to reset this. Six, 4, 7, 4. We can't do 6 with the sun. So here's the sun. Four. Can't do that. Yeah, this is very odd. Especially with that plate right there. I'm going to see if my daughter has actually gotten up and around. Okay, back to seeing if we can figure out
There exists a universe
What the-
consisting only of souls.
What is going on here? Game. I'm trying to just have a chill time with a little funny story. If this continues, I will be changing games. Okay. So, let's look at this drawing again. I see 6, 4, 7, 4.
I wonder what that means. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
I don't either. Almost seems like there should be a little bit more of a hint, maybe. Since there is no 7 position with the lever. Wild Klefki. Okay, I don't see that really did anything. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to poke a catch. That Wild Klefki. There we go. So what kind of a day is it so far for you, Python?
Deep inside.
What's no? That's like start a new game screen. I have no idea why it keeps coming up. See, we're literally on this screen in this game, and then it... It's so frustrating. Okay, so we are going to reload again. Because the game doesn't know that we're playing one and is instead trying to have us play 2 games of it at the same time. I guess. Okay. So let's look at the screenplay now. How many pages are in the screenplay? Okay, so this is page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there are actually 7 pages on here. So if it's a code, it's telling you, like, interact with this on 7, maybe? Move the hand up and down. 6, I don't know what you'd be interacting with. 4. So yeah, 6, 4, 7, 4. So 6, 4, interact with one of the people. 7, interact with the hand. And 4, interact with the monster. Ugh. I'm going to try to restart the game. I don't know what is going on right now. I'm going on a screen here and go have a few breaths while the game restarts. And I'll be back. Okay, so I've had a bite to eat. And a little walk around. And I am breathing. So, I'm going to look at the instructions again and see if I can see clicked on the picture and it's really looking like the game's frozen again. Because here's the little dot. And it's not going away. Why do we have two tracks of... We have two soundtracks playing over each other now. I don't know why. 6474. Sunrise back. Person on 4. Monk on 7. Monster on 4. So, okay, when the monster appears, it's other things, but 6, we've got this sunrise backing kind of thing. So it's a sunrise backing on 6. I don't see where. Then 4, it's a person, and I don't know which. Then 7, it's Conroy's hand. And on 4, it's the monster. So, 6 is Conroy with the sun background. Can you please eat? I know you're distracted. Okay, so that is not the right Conroy. I'm gonna see if the whole goal was to get that particular Conroy in hand to come up. Maybe we've somehow accidentally triggered enough of the correct things that we can go do that hand now.
I can't get the trapdoor open.
Can't even walk to it. He's there, and there's the hand, but no, we can't activate it. So is there a way to reset it? Oh, weird. Why is it all jacked up again now? This is just so mentally painful. I am quitting the game. I am quitting the game. No more. No more pain. It's not okay. Frame drops and slow frames, game glitching. It was so good earlier on, and then it's just... Excuse me, we got to this one place and now none of it is working properly. So, I started a new game. This is the Little Acre. I've had this forever and never actually pulled it out. Come on, let's change the capture. There you go. Okay. And I'm going to change the stream information as well. So apparently we're having another variety day. Please bear with me. I am changing the game. Done, please. Thank you. Is that a logo for Little Acre? I mean, I guess? This is odd. Apparently we cannot run this windowed, which means I will not be able to see any, I won't be able to see any typing, any comments. They changed the art style. I wonder why they changed the art style.
I awoke to the sounds of Lily's gentle snores as they drifted across the bedroom loft. She was still fast asleep, and I needed to keep it that way, or suffer the consequences. Creaky floorboards meant that the simple act of getting dressed will require a little ingenuity. My boots were nearby, but I needed to put on my trousers first. This wasn't my first rodeo. My trousers were just out of reach. Morning, Dougal.
So if you don't know, Dougal is a, what, I'm assuming this is Irish. And you'll hear they are not exaggerating the accent because not everybody from Ireland has a super thick accent.
Hey, Dougal, give me that stick, boy. If I was to get that stick from Dougal, I had to time it just right. Yoink.
Now we have a stick and trousers.
Huh? Yeah. Lily made a fish and marmalade sandwich for me the day before. I didn't have the heart to refuse, but I wasn't about to eat it. Boots, check. Oh, that stinks.
You just gave him a fish and marmalade sandwich. Of course it stinks. Oh, we're looking for the sweater, huh?
I wasn't about to start throwing food around the room. Without a good reason, at least. Even with the stick, I couldn't reach that far.
Not trying to reach.
I was trying to gather all my clothes without leaving my bed to avoid waking her, and throwing a stick at her was not going to help achieve that. He was going to have to earn the other half of this disgusting sandwich. Oh, that stinks. Oh, that stinks. I couldn't do anything about the sweater while Lily was still culling it. Lily was a sprawl of limbs, and my sweater was pinned beneath her. I needed to find a way to roll her over without waking her.
So there's only 3 things to interact with.
I'd freed my sweater from Lily's clutches, but I was still out of reach. Even with the stick, I couldn't reach that far. I should be able to get the trajectory right. He wasn't going to just let me take it, but maybe he'd be interested in a trade. Any more rolling and I'd see that sandwich again.
It's only been slobbered on. Got fish and marmalade in it.
That was my cue to sneak out of there.
I guess that means we don't need the stick. So this is the Little Acre. It is another point-and-click adventure. Has a story to it. And so far, cute animation,
I decided I'd cycle to the
little
middle of
puzzles.
town. Maybe I'd find someone willing to hire me. Maybe I'd find someone who knew where my dad had gone. But first, I had a few things to take care of. Lily's dress was hanging from the line. I didn't need to take it down for her. She developed her own technique for that. Cooking utensils hung from the wall by the fire, for now at least. I'd recently made Lily a small wooden sword so she'd have something else to swing around. Dad, where are you?
Okay, so there's a few machinery things in here. Up at the top, the lamp, you know, that could just be a really weird way of doing lamps, but then there's this whole Arthur's machine thing as well.
I had to admit, some of Dad's inventions really were inspired. It looked like he had rifled through his belongings in a hurry. Either that, or Lily had been searching for clues. Lily left Sir Fuzzlepuff here a while ago with strict instructions to report to her immediately if he saw her grandfather.
Is this Lily's dad or brother? I guess we don't get dialogue for that line.
Dad made his own generator to power his workshop. As with his other inventions, he just refused to explain how it worked. It looked like there was something missing, but I hadn't figured out what.
Literally says
The
water.
notes indicated that the water could be topped up via the funnel. I presume the machine wouldn't work without coolant.
Ohms and pounds and pounds and ohms and funnel. And then unknown switches or dials.
Dad left his jacket behind. Sometimes his work would make him forget the little things, like wearing a jacket outside. Or eating. The rotor blades of Dad's transmitter were visible from his bedroom window.
So again, is this Lily's dad? Because he said grandpa, which means dad is grandpa to Lily.
I picked up the jug. I'd need water to make Lily's breakfast. I think you relocated, so you and me both, buddy. doors of the cupboard where we kept the dishes were tied closed. For all the good it did, I'm pretty sure Lily chewed through them last time. Dad's compactable footstool sounded like a great idea. I wasn't sure why it hadn't taken off.
How does that work? Okay, I'm like so confused now. Because we saw a guy in the beginning that looked like Grandpa there, but he was with a blonde woman.
I only ever saw the transmitter active on a few occasions. During those times, Dad would have kept the shed door locked tight. There was a solid block of wood next to the pump. There was a solid block of wood next to the pump. The receiver attached to the shed received something from the transmitter, which in turn rotated the wheels to move the belt along in order to... I had no idea. Sometimes
Wow,
Dad
Poliwag
contraptions
appeared.
to his contraptions just to throw me off.
Just to throw me off.
The door was unlocked, but something was blocking on the other side. Dad converted the garden shed into his personal workshop when he decided he wanted to work for himself. He'd normally spend every waking hour in there, inventing, tinkering, but it had been days, and there was no sign of him.
This is all the stuff we can interact with. Ah, and it's empty jug. I thought he picked up a jug that had water in it. Wow, you just duplicated the
The
lever.
pump handle had snapped, leaving only a small section of it protruding from the pump. It was going to take something heavy to force it down. There was a solid block of wood next to the pump.
I have to admit that the art style and the music wants me to invest in what's going on, but so far the story and characters, it's not working. I'm really hoping it gets better.
Taking into account Lily's willfulness, it was often easier to indulge her creativity than flat out ask her to do something. In this case, the gnome was a spy who informed me of when Lily wandered too far from the house. Strange light? Oh, it's a package from my father.
Arthur, this is the last of the small crystals. I hope this was worth giving up your job for. I'm still finding the whole notion difficult to believe. I'm tempted to make a trip to your home to see it with my own eyes. But the fact that you keep the generator in your bedroom is quite unsettling, to say the least. If what you say about the lesser crystals is true, then I fear what may happen when this company begins experimenting on the large one. It's still safe for now, but I don't think it'll be possible to smuggle it out of here without anyone noticing. Given the apparent results of your own experiments, it's possible they'll listen to your warning. However, it's more likely they'll see nothing other than the potential for profit. For now, I'll do my best to impede their research. Stay safe, my friend. Nina.
The strange crystal was obviously important to my father. I couldn't help but wonder if it had anything to do with him going missing. I decided to do a little snooping around.
I like little details like the mouse over here.
It was Dad's idea to put the memorial stone by the wall. It was Anya's favorite place to have a picnic.
I can only assume that Dad and this is son, and that's the son's wife? There was something with that tractor as well.
Cooking utensils hung from the wall by the fire, for now at least. I'd recently made Lily a small wooden sword so she'd have something else to swing around.
I'm gonna go take a look at that tractor in a second. It's pretty much the last idea I have now. Slot for a crystal, I think.
Let's see. It fits. Huh? It's glowing.
3 pounds, 5 ohms. Oh, 654. 4 ohms. Okay. He said he needed water to make Lily's breakfast, so we're going to go take a look and see if this tractor has a big piece on it. I can somehow assist.
Farming when he left his job. He never could leave signs behind.
Okay, so I guess not.
My trusty bicycle was my main method of transport, and definitely didn't require any modifications, despite what my father said.
Path to town. Yeah, I don't think it would be right that he would leave the house alone going to town with Lily still asleep upstairs.
If I went back up there, I'd wake Lily, but I did not want to do that.
Okay. So, clothesline is no, pots and pans is no, dog is no, room is no. Oh, here the cupboard.
The cupboard where we kept the dishes were tied closed. For all the good it did, I'm pretty sure Lily chewed through them last time.
Okay, I guess back garden. Ah. We can actually go in the shed. Okay, pitchfork.
It looked like the pitchfork had fallen from its resting place. I couldn't see a thing, and the idea of walking around a room in the dark where my father invented things. The
Ka-chong.
lights in the shed only came on when Dad's generator was running. I hadn't figured out how it worked yet, though. It wasn't your average generator.
So, can we use the pitchfork? The broken pump.
Pitchfork wasn't heavy enough by itself to make the handle budge.
Use the pitchfork with the stump.
Yet another impressive feat of engineering. Well, well, well.
Yeah, you just broke the pump. It's not how those pumps work. And then you threw it all to one side like it's garbage. Oh dear. Okay, then maybe we can do something completely responsible and not at all what you said you were going to do here, Dad. Maybe we're going to power the generator with the water instead of using it for breakfast like you said.
There, that should keep it cool.
Yeah, I don't think this is something you can actually solve. Oh, hey, good. I'll probably be over there in a minute myself. Thank you, Python. Yeah, I'm guessing we can't stumble across this. I don't see a code here.
The notes indicated that the water could be topped up via the funnel. I presume the machine wouldn't work without coolant.
So I know this is 4 and 3. Can we get buttons over here to do anything? To the lights. Yeah, I don't see it.
The whole wall was covered in writing.
Or you know, there was just one thing written. Okay.
With the machine
Clonfera.
generating power, there was some writing on the wall made visible by the light of the bulbs. Some of it was obscured by sunlight, though.
Okay.
I had to
Hit the
admit,
button.
some of Dad's inventions really were inspired.
3 and 3. 1 out. We do this. Oh, there's
Dad
another
had a habit
pattern
of
thing here.
writing on whatever was nearest at the time. Apparently, he found a way to make sure I didn't clean it. He must have wanted to remember that particular pattern, but what for?
There we go. So I guess the first two were failed patterns.
Whatever I did, it caused the machine in the back garden to power up.
Let's get back outside again. Oh. So we're not using that to make breakfast. Okay. Wow, Slowpoke has appeared. Let's see if anybody said hello. No. No. Back to the game. Like noises from the shed. Turn on the light switch now.
Sure enough,
We can.
the lights and whatever other equipment Dad constructed were receiving power. I wasn't sure if I was getting any closer to figuring out what happened to him, but it was the best lead I had. There was a hand-drawn map on the wall with 2 locations marked: our house and the hydroelectric dam that used to work. There was a large machine in the middle of the shed with what looked like sliding doors. Dad, you better not be stuck in there.
How long has he been missing for? Yeah, that's not how you do that.
I'll find a way to blame it on the dog.
Okay.
The machine appeared to have opened by itself. There was a 50-50 chance that it was intended to respond to vibration, or that it was simply as reliable as the stepladder. It was one of the puzzle boxes my father often made for Lily. I wasn't sure why he hadn't given her this one, but I knew she'd be happy to have it. The machine appeared to be for something. There was a small keyhole in the back, but like many of Dad's devices, its purpose was far from obvious.
Okay, I don't see any other thing that needs to be done in here. So, since I just found out that Zombie is streaming, I'm head back and save the game and see what's going on there.
I wanted to give Lily the puzzle box I found, but she was still asleep.
Uh-huh. Put this on the rug. What's this at the rug? I go back and forth? I guess that's odd. Okay. Settings. And continue. So does auto save? There doesn't seem to be an F button.
I wanted to give Lily the puzzle box found, but she's still asleep. Whenever possible, I try to avoid taking the name for waking Lily.
Okay, so I guess we're going to exit the menu. We will lose whatever unsaved progress we have. Yes. That is simply what has to happen. See, I like the artwork and everything. It's all great. Okay, let's see. What's going on with Zombie right now? Tavern Master, nice. Oh, thank you, Daisy. Yes, I am basically wrapping up right now. I played a game earlier, The Inner World. Wrapped up the one thing that was just ridiculously obscure for continuing the game, so it makes sense I was stumped. And the next area, the game crashed. The game crashed, the game stalled, it froze, it just over and over and over and over again, and after like 20 minutes of not being able to go more than like 30 seconds without having a problem, I stopped it and went over to the Little Acre. The Little Acre is okay, but I'm at a point right now where it's like, I think I'm a bit stumped right now, and Zombie BBQX is currently playing Tavern Master. So I figured, if you don't mind, and especially if you haven't seen Zombie's channel, she's a follower of this stream, and she's currently streaming, so I figured, why not? Let's go see what's going on over there. And let me look this up so I can do this correctly. I want to get used to doing the chat command. It's /raid and the name. Okay, we'll see if that works. /raid. I don't know if it's case sensitive. Let's see. And thank you for the enthusiasm, Daisy. The raid has been created. Let's go right over to Zombie.
And like I said, I'm just gonna go at first, and then we'll worry about decorating.
Is it working?
Nice.
I used the raid. Thank you, Daisy. Okay, I don't see us raiding yet, so I'm going to use the stream manager to do it. I don't know why it's not doing it, but let's raid over to Zombie.
It's in 2 sections. You're decorating.
I'm already raiding Zombie, am I?
I'm gonna just leave it like that for a minute, actually. I hate that.
You are already Radiant Zombie.
Alright, so
Okay.
let's put in.
Well then, I hope everybody who's watched this as a VOD, everybody who stopped by, Daisy, and Midnight Python especially, hope you have a great day and have some fun. Find a chance to take a breath and have some fun today. I hope to see you next time. Bye.